evening, everyone.
Good evening.
Glad to have you here. I'm here to discuss a subject of mine that is a passion, education. I'm sure each of you have heard the phrase, "A mind is a terrible thing to waste." And that is a true statement even today. I have brought this phrase to your attention because it does still hold true, and that even now today with young children, you try to educate them and steer them in the right way to have them to get a good education. I remember growing up in the city of Montgomery, Alabama, years ago, and that was not a subject that was ever even considered of, that we were not to get an education, because I always thought that you're going to get an education no matter what. My parents instilled that in me, and today I still try to do that for my children. During the time that I grew up, we would go to school, walk with your friends, and you want to do everything your friends would do, and want to be the friend to your friends, so you can try to do what they do. I would always try to go and stay late after school, or come in late, and I knew that was like against the rules. But one day I got in my mind I was going to just skip school. That was a no-no. That was a definite no-no. And on my way to school, I said, well, I'm just not going to go. And then in the back of my mind, I could hear my mother say, "I wish you would." By the time I got home that evening, I could even imagine that she heard me thinking that I was going to skip school that day. So of course I didn't. It was just the thought of it that I even mentioned that in my mind, that she might even consider hearing me, even though I was not doing it. And I was the type of child that I didn't want to miss school anyway. If I missed school for any reason, I didn't want to have to make up the work, because I knew it was even more trouble to make up that additional work. I'm also, at this moment, preparing myself to attend my youngest son's graduation. He's graduating from Michigan Tech at the end of May this year, and I'm very proud of that fact. I want to also bring to your attention that a lot of young students today, they tend to think that the stars are, all the football players, the basketball players. One particular one that comes to mind is LeBron James. You probably all know. LeBron James is a national figure, NBA star, who has made it a promising career, but he didn't go any further than high school. That's something that I admire, but I don't condone or even advise that a young child would do. I consistently instill in my children and encourage them to continue their education. I also would like to advise and encourage each of us to do the same, to encourage our children to continue with further education. I have 4 children, and each of them daily remind me of the same thing. They try to encourage me as well. My youngest son, as I mentioned earlier, is finishing school now, and he, on a regular basis, tells me that he enjoys the fact that I'm also in school with him, but he can't imagine that I'm still making better grades, or maybe even better grades than he does. I'm currently now a non-traditional student at Thomas University, trying to pursue criminal justice degree. And again, like I said earlier in the speech, that I do have a passion for education. I encourage anyone to continue at whatever age they are. It doesn't matter, because the rewards of what you do when you're getting an education will be well worth it. I am Dianne 3, and education is my passion.
Good.